Well, I'm not going to lie. Spent all weekend fretting over the two losses in the last episode and thinking, oh my God, we're going to get sacked while we're still in the Liga. Hope we can turn it around. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 7 of LIONHEARTED, the return of TSV 1860 Munich. I am Mr. Cellophane FM. I hope you are having an absolutely wonderful Monday so far. And we have bounced back to a certain degree. If you were here for the last episode, we lost games against Oldenburg and SV Meppen, 3-1 and 2-1 respectively. Now, both of them were on the road, so maybe some home cooking is what we needed. And it didn't hurt that our first match at home was against SC Verl, sitting in 20th place on the table. And as you can see, we took care of business. 3-0 was your score. Finn Lockenmacher scored twice. Martin Kobylanski picked one up as well. We did make some minor changes to the tactic for the next couple of games. We moved Reeder back in. He's going to play that anchor position in the defensive midfield. We've also moved the more defensive midfielder to the left-hand side and the more attacking one over to the right. The next game we didn't fare quite as well. Lockenmacher scored again, making 3 goals in 2 matches. Unfortunately, as soon as we had tied it up, Tom Zimmerscheid, just 4 minutes later, scored for Hallischer, and we just couldn't get this one done. Again, a game on the road. Our form between home and away has been distinctly different so far this year. In fact, as we go back and look through the schedule, we have not lost that home game since Erzgebirge. That game is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. Way back on September the 17th, and then we met up against FC Victoria Cologne. This was again at home, and it was a 2-0 victory, getting goals from Christopher Lannert. I really loved this one. This was an opportunity where Lannert just took advantage. The ball was thrown into the middle, as we're going to see here on the throw-in. Diekman's going to send it in. The goalkeeper sends it back out of the box, punching it clear, which left the goal wide open for Lannert to score. Marcel Barr added his first of the year as well, as Munich won 2-0. So where do we stand, you may ask? 5th place. Only 3 points out of that very important playoff spot. We haven't really fallen further than 5th or 6th. So if we have a good run here, we could find ourselves back in the position that we need to be. Of course, it's going to be quite difficult as we are taking on Duisburg, who currently sit on the top of the table. Not much has changed over the last couple of days. We had to take off the bench Stefan Lex in the last match. He suffered a hip injury, expected to be out 2 to 4 months originally. We sent him to a specialist. We're spending the money. We hopefully will get him back by the end of the season, but that's going to be a big loss. Lex has been our super sub. Every time that we have brought him off of the bench, it seems like he scores. He's got 4 goals off of the bench. So Duisburg is the opponent, and the lineup goes as follows. We've got Hiller in goal. Kleinhassel, Verlat, Morgalla, and Podolski on the back line. It's going to be Reeder and Marco Manhart taking the place of Yannick Diekman in the midfield. Vernetzi on the left. Marcel Barr's been playing very well for us, so he's gotten a couple of starts in the last few matches. He's going to be on the right wing. Kobylanski is going to spell Raphael Holzhauer in this match, and Finn Lockenmacher, 3 goals in the last 3 games. He's going to be leading the line for us as we take on Duisburg. Sitting on the top of the table at 50 points, we are in 5th on 43. And an opportunity to overtake not only RW Essen, but also Ingolstadt. And maybe find ourselves, after this match, back in 3rd place and back in that all-important playoff position, which will make us happy, it will make the board happy, it will make the fans happy. Everybody is going to feel good if we have the opportunity to make our way into the 2nd Bundesliga next year. Just 14 games remaining on the schedule. This is the first against the top team in Duisburg. We beat them once. Let's see if we can do it again. And so far, A pretty uneventful first half as Podolski throws it in. We're in the yellow jerseys. Vernetzi can't get under that one. Kleinhassel sending it in the middle, nodded back down to the goalkeeper, who will just grab it. Mueller looking to send it out. He'll throw it to the right side, or the left side, his left side, Senger. Mickelbrink, back for Stielin. Bakir's got it. On the overlap is Kola. Barr gets in the way of that, though. Podolski pushes it back to Morgalla. Reeder now in the middle, has a little bit of space, finds Manhart. Barr looking to go forward. Taken away by Mickelbrink. Thrown back into our end. Oh, a terrible play by Morgalla. And, Oscar Willemsen scores the goal. Morgalla, what were you doing there? Very careless by Leandro Morgalla, who, frankly, ever since he came back on loan, has kind of been a little out of sorts. I don't understand. He literally never left the building. But Duisburg with the 1-0 lead. And we just ceded a position to SC Freiburg 2. Now, luckily, as a reserve squad, they can't be promoted. So their positioning really doesn't affect us. It's the teams ahead of us that do. Back on the throw-in. Morgalla's got it. Ahead for Manhart. Feeds Lockenmacher. A long shot. Can't loop it under the bar. And Finn Lockenmacher taking a big chance. Maybe just take a minute before just throwing it on goal. I don't know. I'm not an expert. The first half has concluded, and Wilhelmsen's goal in the 25th minute is the only one off of a terrible play by Leandro Morgalla. Oh, I've been disappointed in that so far, and we're going to tell Morgalla that he wasn't good enough and his mistakes cost us. Get it together. He's fired up over that little message, so hopefully here in the second half we can get something done. Looking at our opponents, Essen right now is how is Essen doing? There they are. They're losing 1-0 to Erzgebirge, and Ingolstadt and Freiburg are tied 0-0. Those are the teams that we're really worried about ahead of us in the standings right now, but we need to get something. We need to get some moving here. 5 shots apiece. We have gotten 3 on target, but right now it's Duisburg with the lead and control of the ball in the midfield. Senger ahead for Stielin. Back for Senger. Bacalor carrying it through. He's got 4 guys around him, but nobody can seem to put on a lot of pressure. Senger now. Bacalor again. Michelbrink ahead for Wilhelmsen. Bakir with a long shot. That one's going to miss, and they're going to make some changes, so we're going to follow up as well. Oh, goodness gracious. Lockenmacher's looking a little weak here. We're going to move Barr into that position, which means that Skenderovic is going to come in on the right-hand side. Vernetzi is kind of tired. He's having a decent game. He is feeling good. He's motivated. But Grealinger is going to come in his position. And, I really want to replace Leandro Morgalla, but I just cannot seem to bring myself to mess with our center backs just in case. But right now, we need to go to a bit more of a positive mentality. Let's see if there's anything instructionally that we can do. We can be a little more direct. We're already moving as quickly as possible. Maybe we're going to work the ball into the box a little bit more, and we'll bring that defensive line up and maybe even step up, take a few additional chances as we trigger the press more often. See if that is going to make any difference here in the last 15 minutes. The good news is we really haven't lost a lot of ground. Long throw by Podolski. Can't get it into his man. Skenderovic knocking it down. Played out to Podolski. Sends it forward again. Mueller will come out and grab it and just mute any kind of offensive push that we may have had here in these late stages. Switch of play. Knocked down by Grealinger, but Bacalors is there. Ahead for Bitter. Bitter, can we cut him off, please? Thank you. Back here now has it. Sends it forward for Fry. 3 men in the box, and Morris Stoppelkamp. It goes through the entire defense. Stoppelkamp scores, except they have disallowed the goal. Stoppelkamp was offside. But they managed to get 3 men behind our defensive line, and that just is not good. We're going to mess with things tactically a little bit. We're going to take Reeder. We're going to move him. We're going to move guys forward. So Reeder's going to go forward, but we're going to replace him, obviously, because that is not really a good position for Reeder, as Raphael Holzhauer will come in. It will leave Manhart alone in the midfield, and that's going to just have to be okay for us. as we are trying to make as aggressive a push as we can to tie up this match against Duisburg. They are now outshooting us 8-5, and of course they are beating us 1-0. Kobolansky now with the free kick in, can't find Morgalla, knocked away. Stoppelkamp can't get it, headed forward, but it looks like Duisburg is going to gain control. Stoppelkamp along the near side. Works past his man, into the middle, dropping it back for Fry, back for Stoppelkamp. Stoppelkamp finds far post, and his 8th goal of the season for Mort Stoppelkamp will keep Duisburg on the top of the table and mean that our woes on the road absolutely continue. It's 2-0 Duisburg with just a couple of minutes left. Stoppelkamp, our defense just collapsed and couldn't do absolutely anything in this part of the match, and I'm completely at a loss. It seems like we played decently well off camera, but it's once we start the episodes, that's where we really fall apart. Was very excited that maybe we could take our momentum into this match against Duisburg, and I was 100% dead wrong, as they're denied by the woodwork. He was offside anyway. Just about 20 seconds left in this match as Heller is going to look to send it forward. Of course, he's probably going to just leave it short. He is. Morgalla will get it, but time runs out. 2-0 Duisburg. And for the second episode in a row, I feel completely and utterly deflated by the performance that we saw on the pitch. We weren't good enough, and I really don't have the words to express just how disappointed that I am. Like we said, a very quick turnaround for our next match against SV Elversberg. Now, luckily for us, this one's going to be at home. They're currently in 7th place on 40 points. We are in 6th on 43, still only 3 points out of 4th place behind Essen. So we are still close to where our goal is. We're keeping everybody in sight. We have had to make some changes. Again, it's a very quick turnaround. This is a Tuesday match. So Hiller's going to be in goal. Kleinhassel's going to stay on the left. We are going to keep going with Verlat and Morgalla as our back two, because even though Morgalla made a huge mistake in the last match, he has been vital to keeping us where we are in the table so far. So one little mistake is not going to beget a massive change. We are on the right-hand side going to bring in Takashi Uchino, who's coming back into the squad, played a couple of matches with us, as you recall, right after we got him in the January transfer window. Reeder's going to stay in place, but we're bringing in Yannick Diekman back into the squad. Vernesi is going to stay on the left-hand side. Skenderovic will start on the right. Holzhauer is back in up the middle. And Finn Lachenmacher, until he proves otherwise, has been our best striker. He's our top goal scorer. He's got 12 on the year. Let's see if he can add to that. Here at the Grunwalder Stadion in front of the home crowd in a match that could, and I know I say this a lot, propel us back ever closer to the all-important playoff spot that we are seeking. Only 4 points separate us and Ingolstadt 04. So we are going to be looking forward to this match, and hopefully we're going to turn things around and things are going to look just a little bit better for us as we head into the break between now and the next episode. Going up against another 4-2-3-1. It's Munich in the white with the light blue bottoms, Elversberg in the black. It's a drizzly, cool 42-degree day here in Munich. 11,000 fans in attendance. Our attendance, if you may notice, has been dipping a little bit. So we are looking to take this game to the opposition. And hopefully we get the first opportunity as the Elversberg goalkeeper, Christoph, looks to send it very long. Morgalla knocks it down with his head, which is what he does best. Diekman for Holzhauer, sending it forward. He's got Lachenmacher. He's in, and he scores. There's number 13. So we were talking about it in the intro to this game. And lo and behold, 10 minutes in, Finn Lachenmacher puts Munich up 1-0. And you can even see just how different the team seems to play at home versus on the road. So maybe we need to mess around tactically a little bit as we head out on the road. Maybe do something a little bit different. Maybe a more traditional 4-4-2, perhaps a 4-3-3 that we may want to look at. We might experiment with that before the next episode. But right now, the action has been all in favor of 1860 Munich. In fact, Elversberg picking up their very first shot on goal about 19 minutes in, as Christoph is going to send it long. Once again, Verlat gets it to Lochenmacher, knocked down for Vernetzi, drops for Rieder. In a little bit of trouble, he's got Verlat in the back. Plenty of time. Klein-Hansel back for Verlat. Klein-Hansel to Rieder. They're playing catch with Klein-Hansel. Verlat, Klein-Hansel again. Looking for an opening. As we control the ball in the middle. Flipped over. Lochenmacher's in. His shot in. And Christoph is able to make the save this time. Denying Lochenmacher bid for his 14th. Free kick now. Klein-Hansel sends it in. That's blocked. He's got Morgalla along the edge of the box. Drop back Urchino. Morgalla. Guy's a little bit out of position now, coming off of the set piece. Flipped in by Urchino. Knocked down by Fellhauser, but intercepted by Verlat. Ahead, Lochenmacher, and off to the crossbar. And in there's the brace, number 14, for Finn Lochenmacher. Just about 23 and a half minutes into this match. And it's 2-0 Munich, taking advantage of home advantage and the turnover. Jesper Verlat sending it up the middle. Lochenmacher splitting the defense. And a 2-0 lead for 1860 Munich. See how much better I feel when the team is winning? And if you look at the live table right now, we are ahead of RWS, and who is not in action. They will have a game in hand on us. But it's nice to be sitting in that fourth position for just a little while. It's somewhere where we were most of the first half of the season. We hit a little bit of a wobble. Started having really poor form on the road, only picking up draws at home as Lochenmacher goes for the hat trick. The header on the feed from Vernetzi. Vernetzi with a perfect cross. And in the first 30 minutes of this match, it's Finn Lochenmacher 3, SV Elversberg 0. See, all we needed was a little home cooking as we get into the last 5 minutes here of this first half. And Munich enjoying a very comfortable 3-0 lead. 2 minutes have been added on. They've gone by the wayside. 13-3, your shots on goal. We've had 5 on target, an XG of 1-4-1, which means we are vastly outperforming that. We did dominate possession, holding the ball 58% of the time, and 56% of the headers also went our way. Very happy with everybody's play. Please keep it up. Marco Manhart's feeling a little complacent in the corner because he didn't get to start, so we may not be bringing him on, even though I was thinking that maybe as this game gets a little deeper, we get some more bench guys on, give them an opportunity to get some minutes in their legs. But if they're going to have a bad attitude, then I don't know if that's what we're going to do. First 15 minutes this second half, so far, not much has been going on. Elversberg did pick up a couple of shots on goal. So did we. So it's pretty much status quo. 12 matches remain after this one. Now, we've already played the top of the table, so hopefully a lot of our final games are going to be against teams that are behind us in the standings. Hopefully that will make it easier for us to make a little headway as Diekman tries to get it for Skenderovic. Knocked away and fell, starts the counterattack. Near side for Kofi. He will push it ahead. Klein-Hansel coming back, but he can't get there. Verlat will clear it. Only as far as Sickinger, though. He'll lay it back for Neubauer, carrying up the far side. Into the middle, headed away, and Dragon gains control. Sickinger, good amount of possession here for Elversberg. We've done a decent job denying them, as so has the woodwork, as the Kaj coming in behind the defense gets a shot off, but it looks like he was offside anyway, so we're going to restart. Rieder with control. Loses it because I guess he's a little complacent out there. Maybe Rieder's the first one that we take off in this match. Send forward. Fell is there in the middle. Dekaj, he doesn't make the same mistake. And he picks up his first goal of the season in like match 30. So where has Dekaj been? Or is it only us that everybody gives up their first goals of the season? All right, some tactical changes are going to need to be made at this point, because it looks like some guys are just, flagging a little bit. Rieder's going to come off in place of Daniel Wine, making a really, really rough play there. Philip Steinhardt, will come in on the left wing, the left back side to replace Florian Kleinhassel, who is feeling a wee bit tired. And also, we're going to give Finn Lockenmacher a rest. Marcel Barr will come in at striker as we make 3 changes here. Trust you to make the difference. Make me proud. Let's get out there and let's finish this one off in the final 20 minutes. 3-1 is the score as Elversberg gets one back, and they have the lion's share of the shots here in this second half. 7-3 in favor of SV Elversberg. So I'm hoping that the team isn't like losing their edge. All right, Diekman head for Skenderovic. He's got Marcel Barr. Reversing field. Wine. Left wing for Steinhardt. Carrying it ahead. 2 on him. He'll just lay it back for Verlat. For Wine in the middle. Pushing it towards the near sideline. Verlat will circle back. Good pressure being put on by Elversberg. Morgala gets it back from Wine. Diekman ahead for Skenderovic. Skenderovic is in. Skenderovic has scored 5 goals this season for Skenderovic. It's now 4-1, 1860 Munich, as we enter the latter stages of this match. Diekman, great through ball around the left back. Skenderovic pushes it in the middle, one-on-one with the keeper, puts the left foot shot past him, and we have gone up by 3 once again. Yes, Virginia, he was onside. All right. So it looks like we're going to go 1-1 here on the episode today, which frankly is better than we did last time. We are on the up. It also means that we have won 3 of our last 5 matches, all of them at home. So we really need to step things up on the road. Maybe we'll be making some changes as we make it towards the next episode. So 5th place is where we sit. 46 points. That was our 12th victory of the season out of 27, which honestly isn't really all that bad. And we only find ourselves 3 points out of a playoff spot behind 3rd place Osnabrück. And in fact, they are going to be the next match we see in the next episode. Coming up on April the 9th, it's Osnabrück at home. And then Wien Wiesbaden on the road. Wien Wiesbaden currently sitting in 10th place. So maybe that could be a good test for where we are, a nice firm mid-table team. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed that. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up. Smash that like button. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel for notifications on when the next episode is coming out and more FM23 content. So until next time, bye-bye.